was loud. How to sell a horse. Basic care needs. We want to ensure that our horses are healthy when they go to their new homes. This is super important. So a few things that we're looking at for this is making sure they're up to date on all basic medical needs. So that would include trimming their hooves, dewormer, teeth floats, negative Coggins, and a health certificate. This is to ensure that they are happy and healthy in their new homes, that they are prepared to cross state border lines if they have a purchaser from out of state. So one of the things we mentioned that's important for your horse to be up to date on when selling is a float. A float is when you'll have a veterinarian who also can serve as a dentist. So what he'll do is he'll go in to the horse's mouth, and they'll be sedated so they can't feel any of this. He'll go and shave down the sharp points in their teeth and just check just how the mouth looks, if they're missing any teeth, if anything's bothering them, and they'll just check over and make sure they're all good with their mouth. This is super important for riding horses especially, because when they wear bits, we want them to be comfortable with their bit and bridle and comfortable when being ridden, and just that nothing in their mouth is bothering them. Another thing is dewormer. This is super important for horses that are prone to parasites. In general, it's important to deworm your horse every 3 to 6 months to make sure that they are healthy and not full of any worms or parasites that might interfere with eating habits and their intake in forage. As I mentioned earlier, trims are super important. They're one of the most important things about owning and selling a horse. If your horse has long feet, they're probably not very comfortable. If they have chipping hooves, that's just not the most comfortable for them because they literally walk on their hooves all day long, every single day. So it's super important that you get a farrier out, make sure that their hooves are checked over to also make sure we avoid any hoof problems and possible questions that buyers may have when buying your horse. They definitely want to check over the feet, because if you don't have good feet, your horse is probably not going to be walking around well and not handling that well. So that's super important to knock out. One of the first things is making sure your horse is up to date on a trim so that they are comfortable when they walk and run.